Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a very impromptu video. I'm just sitting down and I wanted to go over the brand new Oxygenetix Oxygenating Concealer. And I thought, you know what? It has been a hot minute since I reviewed the actual Oxygenating Foundation, which was their first product. So why don't I go ahead and do both? I'm gonna show you how I apply both. I'm gonna give you a review on both. Got my little pony back here making some noise, so he's going to be a little sidekick in this video. And my neighbor back here is bush hogging his pasture, and Zeus is just not liking it. So he's probably going to be barking also. It comes with the territory, but I thought I would just go ahead and review both of these for you. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have never heard of Oxygenetix before, I know there's so much controversy about saying medical grade. It's not even medical grade. It is a safe for post-procedure foundation because that's what came out first. They also have a moisturizer, which I have used and finished up and loved. And then they just recently came out with the concealer. So the foundation comes in 12 shades. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love the shade range. I think it's pretty abysmal when it comes to the darker shades. But to be fair, I have not seen all of the shades in person. And I know, as we all probably do, that the shades that we see online can vary significantly to what they are in person. But it does come in 12 shades. It retails for $66 and it's only in half an ounce. So that's pretty expensive. You don't need that much. But again, you are paying for extremely healthy ingredients. And when I say that, I don't even want to say like clean. Okay, because I guess they could be said to be that, but they're healthy in a way that they are safe enough to put on directly after post-procedure. And when I say post-procedure, I'm meaning lasers or anything you get done in office, an in-office treatment, you can put this on directly after. Now that could be said for other brands as well. I know that there are other makeup brands that are safe for post-procedure, but this one claims that it also helps heal the skin from those procedures. So it's in an aloe vera base, which is very cooling and moisturizing and healing while also being soothing and antibacterial. And it claims to help your skin breathe. It helps to protect your skin and it helps to heal the skin. This does contain silicones. So I feel like I'm going to be asked about that, and it does. I am not someone who minds that. My skin does not mind that. Silicones do not alter me in any kind of negative way. So I did put a review up on this when I first started using it. Goodness, it's been a while ago. I have since taken down that review since I decided to do this one because honestly, it was not in the best color for me. It was a little too warm, and I have since found a color that works really well. So I am in beige, and I love how on the bottom, it does give you a best by date, and they stay good for a very long time. For instance, this one is best by January of 2025. So the website suggests that you apply this with your fingers and then blend out with a brush or a sponge, or continue to blend it out with your fingers. I personally feel like you get the fullest coverage when you use your fingers, but I like to use it in combination with a brush. So I'm gonna take about one pump, and this is the shade beige. So you can see it's a little bit of a more moussey formula. It is definitely thicker. It's not a serum-like foundation at all. And I'm going to take just a little bit and start to blend it out over the skin with my fingers. Now, I do not have any kind of primers on. I only have SPF, and I get asked a lot, what do I have on my skin before I start? And I have been recently, for the past couple of months, been putting whatever SPF I have on down in the description box. And today it is the Ulta MD UV Elements. So just like that, smooths out over the skin really easily. You don't need a ton of product to get good coverage because I do have some redness. See how I just kind of spread it out a little bit, and then I'll start patting it out with the brush. This is the IT Cosmetics 115. It does feel almost cooling on the skin, which I attribute to the aloe. My Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals also has aloe in it, and that is also very cooling when applied to the skin. Okay, so that is the shade beige, which I find works really well for my skin tone, pretty much year round. Now, they do say that this is buildable. I really just don't need a ton more coverage. Like, I'm really happy with that coverage, but I am just going to show you that it is buildable. I mean, it's almost like you almost can't see it just from that small amount of tapping in. If you want to add it for a bit more coverage on certain areas of the face. And that's really how I suggest using any foundation. You know, if you just have redness on your cheeks or a little discoloration, you know, around your nose or wherever it may be, it doesn't make sense to me to go over and put a very large layer of foundation all over the face when you don't need the coverage all over. I really like to put a thin layer and then go back in and build it up. Now, not all foundations are buildable, but I do find this one is, as it claims to be. So let's do the close-up. I do find that it's pretty skin-like to be, you know, the texture that it is. Really pretty on the skin. I don't find that it accentuates any pores or, you know, see what I mean? I think he thinks he owns the whole entire road that we live on. Like, how dare our neighbor do anything to his land? It's quite funny, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to the brand new concealer. I have not put on any corrector for y'all, and I'm not going to because I want you to see how this looks without the aid of any extra coverage, because I know not everybody out there wears a corrector. So this is $49. It's 0.27 fluid ounces or 8 milliliters, and it comes in 9 shades. Now, what I do really like about this, and I don't think I've mentioned this, I get all of my Oxygenetix from Skin Truth. I do have a coupon code with them, but this information is on the Oxygenetix website as well as the Skin Truth website. That's what made me think about saying that. I like how it will pair up the concealer color that is best matched with whatever existing foundation color that you have within the range. Now, obviously, everybody who gets this concealer may not have the foundation, but if you do, it makes it easier to choose a shade. However, I did not use that advice and I got the shade 3. I also want to get the shade 6 because I think that that one is a little bit more neutral from the swatches that I have seen. This one is a little bit more yellow. Now, I have had this for a few weeks now, and I still, every time I pick it up, try to unscrew this cap like it's a doe foot. It is not a doe foot. It is a pump. And every single time I forget it. Now, this is made with high density pigments. It has the aloe vera base just like the foundation. And this one claims to, again, be safe for post-procedure, but to also help with hyperpigmentation and dark spots to help heal those areas as it covers it. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the pump because I almost always pump too much out. I do kind of wish that it was in a doe foot, but you know, they didn't ask me and I still like it nonetheless. I also think that I could use this shade and 6 as a foundation. And I would be tempted to do that. Maybe one day I'll do like half of my face with the foundation and half with a concealer as a foundation to see how different they really are. Because there's nothing that says you can't take your foundation and use it as your concealer. And I do feel like while I have not tried that with this particular foundation, I feel like out of most of the ones I have, this would be one that would actually work really well that way. So the recommended way to apply this per the website is with your finger, to put a few dots under your eye and then blend out with your finger in the warmth of your skin and the skin on skin contact. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it on this eye first. No brush needed, blend it out very easily, and I just needed those 3 dots. So hopefully you can see this definitely has coverage. This definitely does not. I have most definitely worn this with a corrector because I do wear a corrector every day. And it, you know, it wears really well over a corrector as well. So if I needed that extra coverage or wanted it, which must be real, most days I do, I'm going to use a corrector with this. It does have a little bit of a different consistency than the foundation, but it's very minimal, very minimal. I do feel like I have more darkness on this side, so I'm going to go and I'm going to try to see if it builds up. I've not had to do this before because, again, I wear it with a corrector, but this is a good way to see if it's buildable along with the foundation. And I do think that it is. I built up some good coverage on both under eyes. So this, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I mean, you can still see like my bags, right? That's not going to be covered up by any kind of pigment. You can still see that when I have corrector on. Hi. But for something by itself, I do feel like that has good coverage. Now I'm gonna go finish up my makeup and I will come back and tell you my final thoughts. Okay, I have finished my makeup and I mean, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. My initial review of this was that I love this stuff. I continue to love this stuff. This is my third bottle of it. And I will say, I do know it is very expensive. I mean, it is the equivalent of a $132 bottle of foundation because most of our foundations come in 1 ounce. So if you are someone that just like maybe wants a new foundation because you want a new foundation, there are others out there that are great too. But if you are someone who A, gets a lot of procedures done, B, really only wants like the best of the best touching their face, or C, really likes the idea of healing properties along with a foundation. Now, I wear this over an SPF and layers of skincare. I don't know how much healing I get from it, but post-procedure, they would put it directly on the skin. So I can see where that would be the case in that instance. I think if you're someone who likes to put on a foundation, not set it, have it for coverage, slap some mascara and lip gloss on and be good to go, this is going to be something that's great because it is very lightweight. It is very breathable. For me, it does last all day. I personally, if I'm going to do that, I'll just put on a tinted SPF. I only use this when I want makeup, when I want a full face of makeup, when I want a foundation that I know is going to last all day, because it does. Now, if you are like me and you're a foundation junkie and you just like having really good options in your arsenal, definitely one to check out as well. Now, the concealer, when I first got the concealer and wore it the first day, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And I don't know if it was just a very off day because I've worn it probably 7 or 8 times since then. And I have loved it every day since. It wears really nice. It's great coverage for a very minimal amount of product. I mean, I don't have corrector on and I'm not disliking the coverage that I have right now. It doesn't crease or cake. I've tried it with a couple of different under eye setting powders. It works great with both of them. And I have tried it with at least 3 or 4 different correctors and it works great with both of them. And as you saw, it works great by itself as well. Now, I think this is a great option if you're looking for a fuller coverage concealer that really wears well throughout the day, or if you're someone who likes to just put on an SPF and spot conceal for any amount of coverage that you want for the day. So you could put on your SPF and then you could go in with a half a pump to a pump of this, which I don't know if I mentioned, I only used a half a pump for both under eyes. Put a little bit on the back of your hand and kind of spot conceal. Like I could just put a little bit over my redness, get that extra coverage and be good to go along with the under eye coverage. So this is definitely a winner in my book. I really like how it wears. And again, I am very interested in getting the shade 6 as well. I will put a little note underneath this product in my description box saying how it wore without a corrector, because again, this is the first time I have worn it without one. So check that out for sure. But honestly, these 2 products are wonderful. I love them. I have nothing bad to say about them. I'm very happy to have them in my collection. I'm happy to have discovered the foundation years ago, and I'm very excited about the concealer. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they bring out next. They definitely are a company that does not pump out products every 5 minutes. I mean, they have 3, 4 products because they do have an acne foundation as well in their line, and that's all they have. And I can appreciate that because it tells me they spend a lot of time making sure that what they do launch is the best of the best. And in my opinion, they are. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, put them down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And I will have everything I have on listed and linked. And I'm starting to list and link list and link my scent of the day, because a lot of y'all love fragrance as much as I do. So I thought it'd be fun that even if I don't talk about it, I list it down with the makeup that I am wearing. So check that out as well. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope that you are all staying happy, healthy, and safe, and that most of all, you go out and have a very blessed day.